Tokyo subway attacker wore Joker costume and saw death sentence. Stabbed 17 people before starting fire. Reports. Shalom. All praises to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Basham Yahushai, Basham Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone that rule well and that taught us this truth. Salutations to the sincere Achim out there that are going out on the highways and hedges to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom, which is ruled by, the so-called white man, which is Esau. Esau is Edom. Our people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. We are the true Hebrew Israelites. We're not a bunch of bywords, man. We are the true children of Yasharallah, of Israel. So, being the children of Israel, we need to wake up. It's high time to wake up out of sleep, man, because our salvation is very nigh, man. Nigh than when we believe. As you can, roughly paraphrasing Romans 13 and 11. The salvation is nigh, man. But before that, there's a lot of things happening, man. Like the things that you just saw in the article. Let me jump in it. Because you have people that are, tired of what's going on, man. You have people that are very upset. And here you have a guy in Tokyo, dressed up as the Joker, man. He stabbed 17 people. A man believed to be a knife and arson attacker seen alongside crowds fleeing the scene of the attack in Tokyo, Japan, on October 31st, 2021. And this day, the date that is Halloween, man. Halloween is dating back to Samhain. Samhain is a Druid fest, and if you check what they are doing, I had a few scriptures lined up, but let me just read a bit about this guy, his character here. Police and witnesses say 17 people were injured in a stabbing spree. A stabbing spree, man, on a busy Tokyo subway train. The suspect, who also set a fire on board of the train, was reportedly dressed as Batman's Joker. The Joker, he was, he didn't care about money and all that, man. If you take a look at the Joker, that guy burned money, man, and he wasn't down with the system, and he was a psychopath, man. He was the character is a very dope character to see, but that Joker was totally bugged out, man. But and even the ones that played him, like Jack Nicholson born Heath Ledger, like watch out, because the people that played the role, they got basically they got into a certain role where people had to become something else or were moved by demons, man. So Jack Nicholson warned Heath Ledger, and we all know how Heath Ledger, they say they sacrificed him, man. He got totally in that role, and he that whole thing goes into he played in movies with a lot of symbolism, and but yeah, that's a whole other thing. But people who play the Joker, you just see how they really got into that character. That character for a lot of people signifies sedition. Going against the government by taking what's yours, so called. And this guy, he got dressed up in the Joker, and he just vented and let his anger, go just go freely, basically, man. The 24-year-old suspect was arrested on Sunday night after allegedly stabbing 70 people on a train heading toward Shinjuku, the world's busiest train station. So he went to a train station that was there where a lot of people were at, man. He knew this. The Tokyo Fire Department told AP that 3 of the 17 victims were seriously injured. The suspect also doused parts of the train car with a flammable liquid and set it on fire. Japanese state-owned news organization NHK reported, citing witnesses. Witnesses described the suspect as dressed in the purple suit and green shirt of the Joker, a villain from the Batman comic books. Several photos and videos shared by Japanese Twitter users purportedly showed the knife-wielding suspect smoking a cigar or a cigarette on a train carriage shortly before his arrest. You can see it here. Here we go. Is waiting for the authorities. Here, the suspect reportedly told police that he wanted to commit murder and be sentenced to death, and that he drew inspiration from a previous train stabbing case, AP reported, citing Nippon television. The Halloween rampage came 2 weeks after a 45-year-old man was arrested for stabbing two men at Tokyo's Ueno station. Both victims were hospitalized, and the suspect, who was reportedly rambling incoherently and carrying a bloody knife, was soon apprehended by the police. So, you know, multiple things would be happening, and we living in dark times, man. And love shall wax cold. People's wits will be basically going away from them, man. People are tired. People are oppressed, and that's what the scriptures say, man. There's a lot of people that they just out there. There's also spirits created for vengeance, man. But I wanted to jump into the part of look. You see here, this satanic ritual holidays, unholy days is what you can say on the open scroll, and the SRA is satanic ritual abuse, and you see when you go to the date, you scroll down, October 28 till 31 here, October 20. You see here that the Halloween preparation starts on the October 13th. And these devils always deal with certain numbers, man. And here's a preparation for Hallows Eve, Samhain, Halloween. And if you go to Samhain, that's Samhain is a Scottish Gaelic is a Gaelic festival marking the end of the harvest season and the beginning of winter, or darker half of the year. And these devils are always, about dealing with the left hand side. They are the children of disobedience, man. They are the ones that are coming after the works of Satan, as Second Thessalonians 2:8 on down states. So this you go down in the northern hemisphere. It is held on the 1st of November, but with celebrations beginning on the evening of 31st of October, since the Celtic day began and ended at sunset. This is about halfway between the autumn equinox and the winter solstice, and is one of the 4 quarter days associated with Gaelic seasonal festivals, along with Imbolc, Beltane, and Loch Nessa. Historically, it was widely observed throughout Ireland, Scotland, and the Isle of Man, where it is called Samhain. A similar festival was held by the Brittonic Celtic people, called Calan Gaeaf in Wales, and Calan Gaeaf in Cornwall, and Calan Gaeaf in Brittany. So, see, it goes into Wiccans, Wicca, and all types of celebrations, bonfires, guising on mum and divination, feasting, So these people are dealing with spirits, man. You see also the early literature says Samhain was marked by great gatherings and feasts. If you read around here, um, and was when the ancient burial mounds, which were seen as portals to the other world, were opened. Some of the literature also associated Samhain with bonfires and sacrifices. So you can go into that Beltane, all types of Like Belt and Samhain was the liminal or threshold festival when the boundaries between this world and the other world thinned. Here it goes in, spirits and all that, even fairies. So you see all those things, the fairies and all that shit, you know, it all goes into, spirits and, your supernatural, preternatural, yeah, portrait of a fairy. All those things go into mythology and all types of witchcraft, man. Some, things that we as being in this truth should stay away from, man. So you see here, we go into this. So this and during the winter solstice, there's a lot of people dying off, man. Oh, a lot of celebrities, a lot of people are dying, and as you see here, you see Anton LaVey. This is a quote. I'm glad that Christian parents let their children worship the devil at least one night out of the year. He is speaking about Halloween. Anton LaVey, founder of the Church of Satan, and a lot of people are saying, it's just for the children. This, if you defending Halloween is defending witchcraft. Paganism or occult divination. And I went into that just now. We see that it goes into Samhain. Halloween goes into Samhain, into divination. Open portals and to deal with spirits, man, which is off according to the scriptures. It goes into sorcery, black magic, necromancy. Dealing with all types of witchcraft, man, and many other dark esoteric arts, as as they call it. Well, let me go into this, and then I'm gonna hit some. Let me go to a few scriptures right now, man. 1 Corinthians 10, because I had a few line up, and 21. You cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of devils. You cannot be partakers of the Lord's table and of the table of devils. Either you choose one or the other, man. You can't be dealing with all types of wickedness, because what does darkness have to do with light, man? You have to be walking in the light. We are children of the light. We are not children of darkness, of the night, man. So you should walk in light and let that light shine, man. Let the truth shine, so that the children of Israel can be illuminated, man, through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And illumination goes into you being enlightened by this truth, man. So a lot of people say they hear illuminate or Illuminati. No, man, it means to be enlightened, man. You need to be illuminated. The scriptures also speaks about that, man. After you have been illuminated. Let me see if I can find it just by searching the word. Hebrews 10 and 32. Let me jump into this. Hebrews 10, verse 31. Let me start there. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power, Yahweh, man. It is, because the Most High, He is the Father of spirits. He can take your spirit. He can, He judges you, and He can do many things, man. You should fear the one who can kill the body and can put out your spirit, basically, man. Let me just stick to this. Fear Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, because He can put you in a messed up body, man. But we in the last days. But with the scriptures, is reincarnation. The Most High can judge you and make you come back in a messed up body, man. So you need to fear Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, because He can take the spirit from you, and He can take your life, whenever He feels like it, man. Because all His judgments are righteous, man. So if you continue to read here, but call to remembrance the former days in which, after ye were illuminated, ye endured a great fight of afflictions. Because if you come into this truth, it really starts, man. Partly whilst ye were made a gazing stock by both reproaches and afflictions, and partly whilst ye became companions of them that were so used. Yeah, man, because you if you come into this truth, man, then it really starts, man. You know, but the beautiful thing is we are all in this together, man. And the servant is not greater than his master. You know, Yahushua went through all types of hell, man. And we will go through some hell as well. Because acceptable men are tried in the furnace of adversity. So we need to go through some things to be found worthy in the eyes of Yahweh Basham Yahushua, man. And here the word illuminated goes into photizo.
Strong's G 5461. Photizo. Photizo.
Photizo. So to give light, to shine, to enlighten, light up, illumine, to bring light, render evident, to cause something to exist and thus come to light and become clear to all, to enlighten spiritually, imbue with saving knowledge. So to instruct, to inform, teach, to give understanding to, Here it also goes in make to see the truth. Brighten up. That's a bright fellow right there. When someone is intelligent. So let me look up this. Imbue. Let me go to this.
Imbue.
Imbue. Inspire or permeate with a feeling or quality. His words are, as an example, invariably imbued with a sense of calm and serenity. Let me see. Inject, ingrain, inspire, inform, fill, load. Here it goes into the Dutch. Let me see here, man. The purpose after terrorist bombings, the government placed several of the country's flags at the site of ruins to imbue. Yeah, basically to to imbue to how do you say that in the Dutch? Basically, you put a flag there to show something else. And here it says to ingrain, instill, gradually to firmly establish an idea or attitude in a person's mind. To put something in, to add something to, to imbue something. So you add something. So if you are enlightened, you are being, you growing in this wisdom. Let me go to, let me see. Basically, this was it, and this can go. So for the ones that like to worship this nonsense, is Isaiah 5 and 20, like it's just for children or whatever. This is a very satanic day, man. And you see that by this darkness, these dark times, it brings you feel in the spirit that that wickedness is around, man. Because these devils, they are worshiping all types of demons and doing satanic practices, man. These SRA rituals, these satanic rituals, and they come SRA is a satanic ritual abuse. So it comes with a lot of wickedness, bloodshed, a lot of sacrifices, man. So there's no new thing under the sun. They've been doing it then, and now they just put it in a new jacket. So it is, I say that, attractive to people, and they even let their children be part of it, man. And you can't do that. Isaiah 5 and 20, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter, And witchcraft is not allowed in the scriptures, man. Let me see, Deuteronomy 18 and 10. There shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or daughter pass through the fire, or that useth divination. So you can't be out there letting your children be part of this nonsense, man, or sacrificing them. Because back in the days, children were sacrificed, and in these days also, man. What do you think they're doing with all these children that are ending up missing, on the milk box or whatever, or milk carton, and you know, you have these Amber Alerts and all these things and missing children. There's a lot of children missing every year, man. You know, they do all types of rituals. You have the adrenochrome, people drinking children's blood, scaring them, so they get these children so petrified that, and they take their blood and then they feel that rush. And also, when you see these Hollywood people, they use all types of things, man. Foreskin of children, and it's crazy, man. So or that use divination to continue, or an observer of charms, or an enchanter, or a witch. And this is all witchcraft, man. And you see they use divination. They open portals and do all types of things to commune with the spirits, man. For all that do these things, that's like in verse 11, or a charmer or a consultant with familiar spirits. You can't be doing that, man. Or a wizard or a necromancer. So you can't go to people that talk with spirits and all that, man. You can't do that, you know. Or that deal with the dead, that talk with the dead. That's you can't do that, man. That's a necromancer. Let me look that word also up. Here, a wizard or a magician, a sorcerer. Oh no, dealing with familiar spirits. Let me look it up. Because warlock, enchanter, a diviner. Let me see. So, let me look this up. It's like Deuteronomy 18. And dealing with familiar spirits. Yeah, see, yeah, it goes hand in hand. I was already a necromancer. It's ghost or spirit of a dead one that has a familiar spirit. Yeah, basically that goes into that practice of necromancy. I think if you look up, let me go to the Etym Online. Here, if you go to the Etym Online, necromancy, sorcery, witchcraft, black magic, properly divination by communicating with the dead, So here you see all types of crazy shit is going on from, it's basically the whole year, but especially when it gets dark, when the winter solstice comes in, these devil are going overboard, man. You see all these things that they're doing, here blood, here. So from October 13th to the 30th, or really 31st, you don't know types of things. Abduction. That's why children end up missing. They're abducting children, sacrificing them. You see holding and ceremonial preparation of individual for human sacrifice. 13 backward Halloween date. You see, that's what Satan is doing, man. And here, October 28 and 30, Satan is high, unholy day related to Halloween. October 28 to 30, blood sacrifice every day. Any age, male or female. Any age means they sacrifice children. That's what they want. The younger, the better. So here, the 30th to 31st, All Hallows Eve, Halloween night, blood and sexual. So they have their sex, magic rituals, and here you see association with demons, animal, and or human sacrifice, and that's what these devils are doing, man. November 1st, and also it goes to you have many satanic days, man. November 1st, Satan is high, unholy day related to Halloween, and also human sacrifices. Any age, So that's what these people are doing, man. So to continue in Deuteronomy 18, verse 12. So for all that do these things are an abomination unto the Lord, and because of these abominations, the Lord thy power, Yahweh, do drive them out from before thee. Thou shalt be perfect with the Lord thy power. We cannot, as Hebrew Israelites, take part in these unholy days. You know, First Thessalonians 5:22, abstain from all appearance of evil. So we need to abstain, so stay away. Let me look this word up as well. Keep away from, abstain, restrain oneself from doing or enjoying something. So we can't enjoy these festivities, which they call Halloween, which is really Samhain and satanic practice, man. Druid fest and all. It goes to belting and all types of crazy shit where they have bonfires, all this witchcraft and necromancy and dealing with familiar spirits and etc. Because if they package it in another thing, you're still on that day or by default taking part in it, man. Letting your children take part in this, man. That's crazy. So abstain from all appearance of evil, man. So you shouldn't even be if you take a look at these unholy or for them they are high holy days, but it is really an unholy day because this has nothing to do with Yahweh Basham Yahushai, man. You need to stay away from it, man. It's like Galatians 5:19. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred and variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, envyings, murders, drunkenness, revelings, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of Yahweh, Basham Yahushai. So you see here, witchcraft is being mentioned, and sedition. Sedition goes into you go against authority. Let me go into Galatians and check it out. Galatians 5. And let me go into the few words, for worshiping other gods, and all types of craziness, idolatry, witchcraft goes into pharmakia. Pharmakia goes into, here the use of administer of drugs. Pharmakia goes into, potions, so these devils, they're pharmacies that goes into witchcraft because they have all types of poisons. You see here it goes into poisoning, sorcery, magical arts, often found in connection with idolatry or fostered by it. You see, because that also what goes into worshiping spirits, man, other gods, so called. Metaphorically, the deceptions and seductions of idolatry, and it goes into medication, and also if you do dope, you're a witch, man. You shouldn't be doing that. The scriptures say about witches. Where was it? I had it. Exodus 22:18. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. So you shouldn't even let that a witch live. You should get rid of a witch. Leviticus 18:21. And thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire to Molech. Neither shalt thou profane the name of thy power, Yahweh. I am the Lord. You can't have your seed sacrifice to these demons, man, by having them take part in it, or you give your child up. For some people do that and sacrifice them to these idols, man, or to Satan. because we need to worship Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Well, let me go into what seditions, dissension, division, and figuratively disunion. You know, so in the word sedition also goes into you going against rebellion, and isn't rebellion as a sin of witchcraft, as the scriptures say? Rebellion is as a sin of 1 Samuel 15:22. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness as iniquity and idolatry. Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord Yahweh, he had also rejected thee from being king. This was about ex-King Saul, so um basically let me see. I'm gonna finish it up because I don't want to go into things too long. Let me see if I had something more. Basically, that was it, man. So, if you do these things, you will not enter into the kingdom of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, man. Because this is something that you think it's something that ain't a big deal. But these Satanists like Anton LaVey, back in the days, because this demon is already gone. Let me go on to Anton LaVey. You see here, man, what he is about. The Church of Satan. A lot of celebrities were down with this bastard, like Marilyn Manson. It's also a nutcase, you know. So, but this guy's already dead. But a lot of people are just perpetuating his nonsense. He goes into Aleister Crowley, all types of wickedness, man. But yeah, man. So you need to abstain from all appearances of evil and from these holy days. We have our high holy days, which are in the scriptures, man. And that those days we need to uphold, or just in the spirit, meditate upon, man. And all these things that are in the world, these people know, man. These demons like Anton LaVey, they know ugly ass demon. But a lot of people, they a lot of people do it in ignorance, but you need to repent from that, man. If you find out, like, hey, you've been part of this, just repent and pray that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai forgives you and just build up as becoming a new man. But basically, with that, I would like to say shalom.